Hey everybody, this is Andrew from Visions TV Online. I hope you are doing really well today. Goodness gracious, I've been going through a lot of interviews and listen, I am sweating buckets. This hat is in its last days. But listen, I am here tonight. I'm going to be talking about the International Music Summit, Gospel Summit, which is happening on the 2nd and 3rd of October, which you do not want to miss. It is a virtual event. You might catch it on Facebook. You might catch it on Instagram. You need to make sure that you follow the Facebook pages and the Instagram pages, International Music Summit, and it's happening on the 2nd and 3rd of October. So today, I have a lady who's going to be performing at the International Music Summit, and this artist, before we start going over the list of credentials that she has done through her journey, she has done a lot of things. Now, I just want to, can we just introduce your name? And can you introduce your name? It's Lisa
Foster Wilson. Lisa Foster Wilson.
Lisa Foster Wilson. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. And how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and thank you for having me.
No worries. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. So, like I said, thank you for joining us this evening. And I was saying just a few moments ago that your credentials just goes on and on and on. And so on that let's start from the beginning. Yeah, let's start from the beginning. The beginnings, you tell me or tell us that you're classically trained. Is that true?
It is very true. I have a degree in vocal performance opera from Boston University.
Okay, all right. So you are classically trained. You know tonight you cannot go away. We've given us a little bit of taste of that vocal, of that classically trained vocal. You know? So I'm pre-warning you tonight that you just make sure you do your warm-ups, get excited and do the la 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 la. Don't watch my voice, okay? Please do not watch my voice, but listen, let me just prepare yourself. And you like R&B and neo soul. That's your type of flavor that you like as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, so tell me a bit more about the classically trained and the R&B and how does everything like come together for you? How does that work?
Well, when I was in college, before college, when I was in high school, they had programs for gifted children. And so I was put into the program and they paired me with a person who taught music, and it was all classical. So I went to Hart School of Music and studied some music. And then, something that I really wanted to do, and classical was what was being taught. So then to a few classically trained schools, and I actually picked BU. It was one of the better schools. But one of the reasons I really picked it because I liked Boston. I thought, I mean, musically it was excellent, but it was just a really cool campus.
All right.
I went there, so I got a scholarship to Boston University, and I studied classical music there. But I'm a preacher's kid, so I grew up listening to God and listening to R&B. So that was always going to come back into the scenario at some point.
Okay. And your debut single was called "I'm Taking It Back." So tell me about that debut single.
Yeah, that was the first song that I actually ever wrote. I was an executive for a financial services company, and when the economy went back, they laid off a lot of the higher people, and I was laid off. First time I had ever been without a job, and my husband was pushing me to use my music. I really wasn't doing anything with it. And that was the first song that I wrote. I found a producer, and I really, classical is different. So, I really didn't know how to go about it in that kind of a genre. So I was doing things backwards, and it was a mess. But I found a good producer, and he worked with me, and that was the first song that I wrote, and he produced for me. So it was good. It was kind of an anthem as to what I was going through, like taking my life back and getting on the right track.
Yeah.
So it worked out well.
Wow. And you, Pepsi Rising Stars of Gospel, which was on Radio One. And then you did a Love Gospel cruise, which featured great artists like Kurt Franklin, Fred Hammond, Yolanda Adams, Shirley Caesar.
Yeah.
Wow. Now those are like.
Yeah. That was awesome. I got on that cruise. I was picked as one of the independent artists to be on the cruise. And, I said to my husband, we went to a breakfast. After we left the breakfast, I was like, that was a surreal experience. Like, I'm in the buffet line, and Marvin Sapp and I are like reaching for the fork to get some bacon at the same time. Just like, is this really happening? And then the next table was Trinity 5-7, and Fred Hammond was sitting in the front, and Shirley Caesar, and all of these great people are all in this room sitting at our table talking about the music industry, talking about what we should do next. And it was amazing to be able to network with them and to kind of pick their brains and just to perform for all the people that were on the cruise. It was phenomenal.
Wow. Oh, wow. So that must have been a great experience, right? To be in front of all of those legends of the gospel music, and who has blessed us with music for many, many, many years. So tell me, what are you excited about this International Gospel Summit? What are you excited about?
I'm excited about, I want to get to hear different people and what they're bringing to the gospel industry, to network with all the different people. This has been a crazy year, so been a whole bunch of performing and a whole bunch of anything going on. So just to get back into that mode and to be able to network with other people and see the concerts and see the videos and so forth. I'm really looking forward to kind of jumping back into that mode.
Oh, great. So like I said, just a few moments ago, is that you are not getting away without literally blessing us tonight with this classically trained R&B mixture texture of your vocals. So you could choose whatever song, whatever you want, and then then give us some of your vocals.
Let me think. I love Brahms. I'm a big Brahms leader person. He's like one of my favorite. So let me think of a little Brahms. This one is from I'll just do a sentence from Alta Liba by Brahms.
Okay.
Now you got me. Now I'm like, I got to sit up straight. Mein ist hin, mein Herz ist schwer, ich finde sie
Wow. Okay. That is amazing. That is amazing. So if you was to teach somebody how to do opera, what would be the first advice that you would tell them to do?
Whenever I teach sometimes, whenever I start anybody off teaching, I do the basics of breath control, placement, and diaphragmatic breathing. To me, and I always tell people, it's like the breath is like the gas of a car.
Okay.
And And the more control you have over it is like how you're steering the car.
Okay,
If you can't keep it within the lines, then you really can't drive a car. So if you can't keep the airflow going to where the pitch can stay in tune, meaning if you push too much on the gas, you go too fast. If you push too much of the air, your voice goes sharp. If you don't have enough air, your voice goes flat. So getting control of your voice and understanding how the breathing affects your pitch and tone and the placement of your voice is critical. And so for me, whenever I teach anybody, we spend a bunch of time on making sure that that tone is placed right and that you can control, you know, what you're trying to do. Before you could go in there and try to do all them runs, you need some breath control. Okay, so I'm in a singing lesson with you right now. This is our singing lesson. So give me an exercise what I need to do. Let me shake it off and get excited and get in the right frame of mind. I'm in a singing lesson with Lisa. Come on, now let's go. So you need to sit up straight, and I want your hand on your lower abdomen.
Okay.
Okay, and I want you to breathe in, and you're going to breathe in like you're breathing through a straw.
Okay, so like that.
Nope. And breathing comes from the bottom of your gut. Breathing is down here.
Okay.
Like diaphragm is going to go down, and your rib cage is going to expand because your lungs are filling up with air, which has absolutely nothing to do with your shoulders. Shoulder, whenever that, it just makes me cringe. Your shoulders should not be moving.
All right, so I should be not doing this.
No, please.
I should be breathing in.
Right.
Like that.
Right. Through control, and then just let it out on and slowly. You want your diaphragm to come up slowly. And just let the air out.
I must look silly right about now.
Steady stream to have enough control over the breath to keep the stream.
Okay, so breathing.
Your face is priceless.
Listen, so that's the exercise that I need, and so just breathe in and get the chest out, and then slowly.
Right, try to keep it even. Try to keep your breath even, going in and going out. So so you're not going.
Right. Well, that's enough singing lessons for me today. Did you need me to sing a note? Do I need? Do you want me to sing a note?
I would love to hear a note. Let's hear a note.
You'd love to hear me?
Come on now.
Okay. I breathe in.
Okay.
And then which notes I sing? Any note?
Yeah, any words. There's something comfortable.
Ooh.
That was your comfortable note?
It was something. That's all I can say.
Oh my God.
Well, listen. We've come to the end of the interview, but listen, I had a whirl of a time and interviewing you, and listen, guys, if you don't know, Lisa is going to be performing at the International Music Gospel Summit, which is happening on the 2nd and 3rd of October. You do not want to miss her performing on the day. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so amazing. Lisa, thank you for coming online. Tell everybody where you can find you on social media.
You can check my website out, which is lisafosterwilson.com, and that's the same on Facebook. It's Lisa Foster Wilson. Instagram, Lisa Foster Wilson Music. So I'm everywhere. CDs available in all, digital outlets and so forth. So yeah, hit me up.
Guys, you heard it here. You can find her all on all that social media outlets, and you can find her and her music and what she gets up to on a day-to-day basis, when she's doing her hair, where she's going out with her friends, and she's just getting excited and whatsoever. So listen, guys, thank you for being with us, and I'll catch you all soon. God bless.